Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of AndrewsFootball.com. The Chiefs are going to Super Bowl 54, but these are 5 things I don't like about the 2019 Kansas City Chiefs. If you're new to my channel, there's this button right down here. See it. Bam! Hit that button. Become one of the greatest people on planet Earth. My channel, scientifically proven to make all your wildest dreams come true. 5 things I don't like about the Kansas City Chiefs in 2019. Number 1, the Frank Clark trade compensation. You gave a 2019 first-round pick and a 2020 second-round pick. They did flip-flop third-round picks. Kansas City Chiefs moved up. Seattle Seahawks moved down in the third round. But Veach clearly lost this trade. And to compare, Dee Ford was given away for a 2020 second-round pick. Well, let's look at the tail of the tape here. Frank Clark, 13 sacks. Dee Ford, 13 sacks. Frank Clark, 41 tackles. Dee Ford, 55 tackles. Frank Clark, 27 quarterback hits. Dee Ford, 29 quarterback hits. Frank Clark, 3 forced fumbles. Dee Ford, 7 forced fumbles. Dee Ford was obtained for a 2020 second. Frank Clark was obtained for a 2019 first and a 2020 second. Dee Ford's going to play a defensive end. Frank Clark's going to play defensive end. I really think that Brett Veach really botched this because Frank Clark was not going to be able to stay with the Seattle Seahawks. He wasn't even a Pro Bowler. Dee Ford was. He's a good player, and he provides some nasty, and I think it's something that is really important for the Kansas City Chiefs, something they've lacked. However, you didn't have to give up this much trade compensation. I can make a strong case that Dee Ford's a better player than Frank Clark, and Dee Ford was obtained for a 2020 second. So Frank Clark, 2019 first, 2020 second. Bad move on Brett Veach. Dee Ford got 5 years, $87.5 million, which brings me to my second thing I don't like is why'd you give Frank Clark 5 years, 105 with $63.5 million guarantee? Why pay him so much? He wasn't even a Pro Bowl player. Chris Jones is a better player, and he's got every right to want more money. You went ahead and you sent a bad message to the locker room because basically what you're telling players, hey, man, just get your numbers. Don't worry about guarding the run. And this is important for pass rushers because pass rushers, they get paid for sacks. They don't get paid for stuff in the run. All right, they get paid for that sacks. They got to make that money, which is very important. And there's a lot of money to be made for good pass rushers. I just threw out some numbers: 87.5, 105 million, 9 digits. That's a lot of money. That's generational wealth. So it's a lot of money. But if you're just worried about the sacks and you don't worry about stopping the run, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you one bit. So here's the thing. If you're Chris Jones, you're mad about this and you want more money, and you may have to get it somewhere else because there's a thing called the salary cap. I think it sends a bad message to the locker room. I think it would have been better if they went ahead and paid Chris Jones and just tried to find a pass rusher elsewhere. That said, when the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, Frank Clark's a big part of this. Awesome. Having Frank Clark and Chris Jones together this year is going to be great. Like I said, we're on a Super Bowl run, but I don't like this move. I don't like the trade compensation, and I didn't like the contract. You didn't have to give up that much in trade compensation. You didn't have to pay him that much. Third thing I don't like about the 2019 Kansas City Chiefs is I did not like the draft. All right, now I did like trading your first-round pick because Andy Reid doesn't like playing rookies. That's a big fact. I keep seeing people saying, oh, draft this guy. Andy Reid can use him in this way. Andy Reid doesn't like playing rookies. What part of this do you not understand? Look at the 6 years he's been here. Only Marcus Peters, Kareem Hunt did start due to an injury. Marcus Peters wasn't supposed to start. He was supposed to be the nickel guy, maybe a dime guy, but he played so well that he ended up being the starter opposite Sean Smith his rookie season. And then, yes, Tyreek Hill also played quite a bit as a punt returner, but it was kind of a fluky thing. They brought him in. He had all the talent in the world, of course, off the off-field issues, but Andy Reid doesn't like playing rookies. So I like getting rid of your first-round pick. I love it, as a matter of fact. But trading up for Miracle Hardman, he wasn't going in the second round. I literally looked at thousands of mock drafts and did hundreds of them myself, and I saw none of them that had Miracle Hardman going in the second round. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at our lads right now. They had him ranked, he's going 5th, 6th round. Now, I did like Juan Thornhill at the bottom of the second round, but the thing that I really hated about this draft is why not roll the dice on DK Metcalf, who was chosen right after Thornhill? You're probably going to lose both Watkins and Hill in free agency. Here's a guy, ran the exact same 40 times Miracle Hardman, except he's 6'3", 230. Are you really going to tell me that one season working with Patrick Mahomes may not be, are you going to tell me maybe working with Kelsey to help you run routes? I mean, there's a million reasons why I could sit here. I could make this whole video about why passing on DK Metcalf's a bad move. But bottom line, trading up for a guy that you didn't need to trade up for, and now that we do have Tyreek Hill, you don't even need. I just thought it was a bad move. Good teams build through the draft. So you're already giving up a 2020 second, plus you had to trade up for this. These are three big mistakes that Brett Veach has made. He's done a fantastic job so far, all right? A+ job. These are three really bad moves. All right. Fourth thing I don't like about the Kansas City Chiefs is the Chiefs, I don't like the secondary. Okay, you bring in Honey Badger, you bring in Breeland, Morris Claiborne, but you lose Steven Nelson, you lose Orlando Scandrick, and yes, Eric Berry didn't play, but I think Eric Berry did help even in the locker room. I would love to see Eric Berry play again for the Kansas City Chiefs. It won't happen, but I would love to see it. Of course, sentimental reasons, of course. But now, bottom line, you got Kendall Fuller, you got Tyrann Mathieu. That's not bad. But you got, Sorensen and Breeland. And then, of course, ESPN doesn't know that Andy Reid doesn't like playing rookies. So they got Thornhill and Breeland. Yeah, you have to admit there's some question marks there. There's some serious question marks. I mean, more than likely, you're going to have to beat Tom Brady. You lost to Tom Brady last year. More than likely, you're going to have to beat Tom Brady in order to get to that Super Bowl. And then when you get in the Super Bowl, you're probably going against a great quarterback. More than likely, probably not as great as Brady, but you're going against a great quarterback. And you have some legitimate holes in your secondary. Maybe you didn't use all those draft picks. Maybe you used that $105 million. You could have got some corners, But okay, the final thing I don't like about the Kansas City Chiefs, and this is more for this year than in the future, because bottom line, the Chiefs should be thinking dynasty. All right, the New England Patriots went to the last 3 Super Bowls. There's no reason the Kansas City Chiefs can't go to the next 3, but because of some of the bad moves that he's made in the draft and overpaying Frank Clark may prevent the Kansas City Chiefs from building a dynasty. So this last thing is just the defense switch from the 3-4 to the 4-3. How fast will this take place? Now, because the Chiefs have been playing a 3-4 since 2009. They've been drafting for a 3-4 since 2009. They've been building through free agency since 2009 for a 3-4 defense. I remember when they switched from the 4-3 that Herm was running to a 3-4. Now they're switching from the Tampa 4-3 to a 3-4, which Romeo Crennel, which Romeo Crennel was running. Those are 2 separate, completely different defenses, and teams are running 4-3 and 3-4. Now teams are running a lot more nickel, so changing from a 3-4 to a 4-3 is not as difficult as it was. Look at our 2 outside linebackers. Both of them are playing defensive ends in 4-3 defenses. So switching is not that big of a deal, but you've been running a same style defense for the last 10 years. There's going to be some sort of an adjustment period. Keep in mind the Chiefs, they were 24th in points per game last year. They're just trying to be somewhere in the low teens. If the Chiefs have an average defense, we're winning the Super Bowl, plain and simple. That's all we're trying to do. We're just trying to be average because we probably have the best offense in the National Football League. So just to recap what I don't like about the 2019 Kansas City Chiefs, I don't like the Frank Clark trade compensation. We gave up way too much for him. I don't like the contract. All right, we didn't have to pay him that much money. It's going to hamstring our team. Plus, I think it creates some bad feelings in the locker room, specifically to Chris Jones, who I think is a superior player. I didn't like the draft. I didn't like the draft at all. I'm going to harp on this. The next pick after Juan Thornhill was DK Metcalf. If DK Metcalf turns into a superstar, he should have and could have been a Kansas City Chief. The secondary, there are some major holes in the secondary. Honey Badger and Fuller are good pieces, but you still have a lot of holes and a lot of question marks. you're probably going to have to play Tom Brady in order to get to a Super Bowl. So having some holes in your secondary is not a good thing. Scheme adjustment. How long is it going to take the Kansas City Chiefs to get adjusted to switching over from the 3-4 they've been running ever since 2009 to the Spagnuolo 4-3? So listen, if you're a subscriber to Andrews Football, you already know you're one of the greatest people on planet Earth. All your wildest dreams are going to come true, especially this year because the Chiefs are going to win a Super Bowl. Here's the deal. I'm going to release a video later this week on how to bet the Kansas City Chiefs. I apologize my videos aren't coming out when I said they're going to be. There's going to be some changes, but I'm going to Vegas. I'll be there in less than 2.5 weeks. I've been doing a lot of work and a lot of preparation for this awesome trip. I'm going to be there for about a week. So, I haven't been able to do the videos like I said I'm going to, but I'm going to have a great video on how to properly bet the Kansas City Chiefs and how I'm going to do it when I'm in Vegas. So, hey, I'll see you next week.